Hello everyone, and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and it's Saturday, so you know what that means. It's time for my weekly news roundup for week 20. We got a little bit of ARPG, a little bit of MMO, even tech this week. Now, as always, everything is timestamped in the description below with the article link, so feel free to jump around and check it out for yourself. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Our first story takes us to the world of Baldurs Gate 3. Larian Studios officially this week dropped Hotfix 11, which is focused on server stability. Now, a big portion of the community are talking about severe crashes that have been happening in the game. Obviously, BG3 is still in early access, so it's part of the growing pains. Totally not a big deal, but Larian is trying to make the servers better and stop all these crashes. So this is what Hotfix 11 did. Fixed a crash when stepping out of running water, fixed a rare crash related to animation states, fixed a crash when party members use jump to follow, fixed behavioral scripting causing crashes when starting a dialogue fails, fixed thread safety issue. So obviously this is a step in the right direction. As early access progresses, this is just going to become less and less of an issue. Definitely a step in the right direction. Unfortunately, Outriders is still having growing pains. Outriders team confident they figured out part of the damage mitigation issue, patch pending. So people are reporting that basically their armor is not working correctly. Check this out. Outriders development team People Can Fly addressed an issue recently that has troubled the player base at large for weeks. Players have been complaining that damage mitigation from armor stops working. Some players have found that unequipping armor and re-equipping it will remedy the issue temporarily, but results have been mixed. PCF in a recent tweet noted that they are hot on the trail of this bug and hope to have it fixed very soon. This is the number one thing you hear about this game. And think about it. If your armor doesn't work and you're just dying all the time, why in the world would you want to play Outriders? So listen to this. Here's what they're saying. Avoid taking Blood Mothers and Alphas in particular, as they are particularly prone to the below explained 1/2 hit risk. The matter of instant deaths, even when they appear to be a one-shot kill, looks to be a case of 2 damage hits being dealt, though they are displayed as 1, meaning that the one-shot kill protection mechanics don't trigger since they detect 2 damage hits. Seems like an easy fix to me. Anybody out there remember Skull and Bones? This game was announced at E3 2017. Yep, that's correct. Skull and Bones delayed again, this time into 2022. It looks like Skull and Bones, the up-and-coming pirate game from Ubisoft, has been delayed yet again in a recent earnings report. Ubisoft updated the timing of Skull and Bones, the time slated to release the next fiscal year, which starts on April 1st, 2022. Ubisoft. It's probably taken them a long time to get all those microtransaction stuff ready. Here's what they officially said. We strongly believe in the team's creative vision, and they have been given a increasingly ambitious mandate for the game, he said. Production led by Ubisoft Singapore has been advancing well over the past 12 months, and the promise is better than ever. The additional time will allow the team to fully deliver on its vision. I like pirate games, and even though I don't like Ubisoft, I am hoping that this is something that I can play. That being said, I know always I'm joking around MTX, but this game is probably going to be loaded with them. Moving over to my current favorite ARPG and number 1 recommendation, Last Epoch. Now, Sarno dropped 2 communications this week, this being the first one, New Reaper Form Splash Art. And in here, it just talks about how they have created a new splash image and feel free to make it your desktop background, which I did. Now, when you look at this, super cool art, it looks really neat, but this does not look like the Reaper in the game. So not only did they give us new splash art, but this is a tease for what the new transformation will look like in the game. And I can't wait because it made me start another Lich because of this splash art. Okay, so new splash art, new Lich coming. Now moving over to the second announcement, Arena updates coming in patch 0.8.2. Now we know that 0.8.2 is coming in May, so 11th hour games, you got 2 weeks left. Yes, I am counting down the days. Now, we know that this update is going to be huge when it comes to the Monolith of Fate, but they are also updating the arena. They are working on elevations to make sure you don't die for something because you didn't see it, or the elevation didn't trigger your damage correctly. So they're reworking the arena maps and updating the visuals on it. And I will kind of scroll through these quickly. I made videos on both of these drops last week, and I will link them in the I'll link them at the end of this video. So look, ooh, you could tell the lighting's a lot better. That's one of the big updates coming in May. See the bridge? I love this game. Anybody out there still playing Ultimatum? Path of Exile patch 3.14.1c squashes bugs. Lots of bugs. Things that are driving people mad. Now, let me go over to the actual official drop, which is right here. Patch notes preview. So this is not deployed yet. And they're saying that obviously it is subject to change when you get to the official drop. But they've got some microtransaction fixes and improvements. So that's good. We definitely need that. And then this is the actual general fixes and improvements here. Look at that. It's like the microtransactions is half of the actual game fixes. Obviously, I'm on an MTX tear the last few days. But if you are still playing Ultimatum, some of the stuff that is driving people crazy should be fixed on this next patch. Hot off the press, a story that's getting a lot of buzz. Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance will launch on Xbox Game Pass for PC on day 1. D&D galore. Listen to this. Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance is releasing soon, and I have that date, and will be available at launch for those subscribed to Xbox Game Pass on PC. In today's news, Jeff Haddam, head of the studio creative director, announced that Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance will be available via Xbox Game Pass on day 1. Dark Alliance brings an interesting take on Dungeons & Dragons filled with RPG action and real-time co-op combat. RPG action. You know you want to get your hands on that. Now, the official release date for this game is Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance will launch on June 22nd. Moving over to the world of tech, AMD's Radeon RX 6600 and RX 6600 XT expected to feature 8 GB of memory. Not that we'll be able to acquire them. Me included. According to a recent listing by ASRock, the heavily rumored AMD Radeon RX 6600 series of graphics cards are on the horizon and could feature 8 GB of memory across all models. The graphics card manufacturer has submitted filings for the 2 RX 6600 and the 4 Radeon RX 6600 XT graphics cards to the EEC. So here was the official leak. This is what we have seen, okay? The actual listings. 6600 Challenger 1, 6600 Challenger DOC, 6600 XT Challenger 2, 6600 XT Challenger DOC, 6600 XT Phantom Gaming D. It should be said that 8 GB of memory doesn't exactly scream power nowadays. However, these graphics cards were supposedly feature AMD's Navi 23 GPU and benefit from the RDNA2 architecture. This could position the RX 6600 series as a value option for 1080p gamers, gaming with performance comparable to the NVIDIA budget RTX cards. And hopefully not the miners. Believe it or not, the gamers also need video cards. Last and certainly not least, we need to talk about Amazon Game Studios' new MMO coming out, New World. There was an image leaked talking about the monetization system for this game. And as soon as this image leaked, a lot of red flags started going off for the gaming community. People were making videos and articles started flying. I almost made one, but I decided to do it on POE and add this segment to my weekly news roundup. So here's what was said. New premium currency shop internal testing. New World is introducing in-game purchases for special cosmetic items for players and their game homes. We will sell cosmetics in the form of item skins, dyes, company crests, and emotes. We may sell quality of life items or boosts that will help players improve their time spent leveling up their character and trade skill experience. We're committed on keeping the competitive systems fair and balanced for all customers, and purchases will not provide competitive edge over another player who choose not to purchase additional items. So that's good. What they are saying in that last portion is it's not like you can go buy the best sword in the game that you can only get from the item shop and then you have a competitive advantage. That's good. But if you did notice something in here, time spent leveling up their character and trade skill experience, which means you can likely purchase experience boosts. That is likely what that is saying. So sure, it won't give you a competitive advantage, but you can take your character from 1 to 40 in half or a quarter of the time if you spend money. People don't like that. So when this dropped and it was getting tons of news, of course, New World addresses Cash Shop's concerns. Ready for this? They actually dropped this whole PR jargon thing, so I'm just going to read the part that's important. Our plan in having a store is to create an outlet for players who find enough value in store items that they are happy to purchase them. Our plan is not and never will be to create a feeling that the store items are necessary to enjoy the game. All players will be able to play the full game experience we ship without having to make store purchases. So we will have to see. They at least have seen the PR nightmare from the leak, so hopefully that will help them make decisions that are right for the gaming community. But we're just gonna have to wait and find out. Do not put a leveling boost in your shop. That's my recommendation. Now, we do have a new trailer from New World. If you haven't seen it, it's 2 minutes long and it is pretty good. I don't hate this game whatsoever. It's a game that I might be playing. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I have to say I do have to see what the monetization looks like. I hope they don't go like a Valhalla route. Okay, before I play this trailer, because I'm going to allow it to take out this video, if you have not joined the official Action RPG Discord, please do so. We just completely revamped the Discord server. It looks really, really good, very professional. We're approaching 900 members, great conversations every day. The idea is to create a gaming community that could jump from game to game together, so you never start the server alone. Link for that Discord is in the description. I hope you all enjoyed this weekly news roundup for week 20. Enjoy this trailer from New World.
What is Eternum? The substance of legends. The pulse of adventure. The glory of triumph. Eternum is life eternal. And death incarnate. What is Eternum? The fires of destruction, rage and malice. Eternum is the truth behind nightmares. What is Eternum? That depends on you.